downfall. Linda was never the good witch. Gossip and spreading rumors will be your downfall. She threw her into the dead ditch. Jealousy makes you lose everything, that's the cost. How about you just stay in the land of the lost? Besties with the witch of the west. Hate on us, but you're still obsessed. Getting you to be the big bad villain, babe, go get a psychoanalysis. Because I know I'm one in a million, but it's fine, I'll be your protagonist. You're talking too much, we can all hear your whispers. Calling us wicked is a little insulting. You gave them to her, but you can keep the rest with first thoughts. Your word goes, girl, but that's just disgusting. You can call me the bad witch, but I'm not the snitch. So tell me which is which? Which is which? Which is which is which? Mirror on the wall, who's the saddest one of all? Glenda was never the good witch. Gossip and spreading rumors will be your downfall. She threw her into the dead ditch. Jealousy makes you lose everything, that's the cost. How about you just stay in the land of the lost? Besties with the witch of the west. Hate on us, but you're still obsessed. Hating me to be the big bad villain, babe, go get a psychoanalysis. Because I know I'm one in a million, but it's fine, I'll be your protagonist.
We are in the end times. The end times are times of shaking. The world will be shaken. It says everything that can be shaken will be shaken. But it's written that the righteous are not to be shaken. The world will be shaken, but the people of God are not to be shaken. How? Prosperity preachers speak of prospering in the physical realm. But the prosperity of God is deeper and greater than that. It's the ability to prosper no matter what's going on in the physical realm. That is the greater prosperity. To prosper because you have a lot of money and things are going on, that's nothing. The world can do that. But to prosper no matter what's going on, that's of God. That's the greater secret, and that's the greater prosperity. To prosper even though nothing around you is prospering. There have been books, how to prosper in the coming years. And the key to many of these is to get away from the system that could collapse and to get plugged into another source, to become independent of things that are shaken, to be plugged into that which will sustain you. Some advocate getting out of the stock market, which I think is not a bad idea at all, and investing in safe things. Some people advocate getting away from the dollar or getting into gold or the view of the dollar collapsing. Now, that can go either way. Well, we're not getting into that tonight. We have a course on that. But others advocate getting away from any dependence on the world system, food, store, and I don't believe that's a bad idea as long as you don't go crazy with it. But just it is a reasonable thing. But all these things are based on the idea of getting away from what can be shaken and investing in what can't be shaken, or at least which is more secure. There's wisdom in all that. But the answer is really deeper. There is a key in the Bible as how to stand strong and prosper no matter what's happening around you. Now, this is going to be the last of a series I've done, one of the keys or secrets about being planted. And so I need to set the stage that I have done when I've talked about this issue, and it was this. It was the night before sharing the message, the Harbinger. It was the second time doing it at the Messiah conference. It was the part 2, and I was walking around the campus at night praying, and I was thinking of the heaviness of the message, and I wanted to give something to answer as how to be strong in light of what is coming. We know we're in the end times. We know that America is not going to be the final power leading the nations in the end, which means there has to be some dramatic change. We know in the last days there will be persecution for being a believer. We know that there will be tribulation, and that can be scary. So how will you stand? How will you stand regardless of your view of the rapture? It's not that, either way, things are coming leading up to that. How will you hang in? How will you hang on? More than that, how can you even thrive in hard times? How can you thrive and prosper in hard times? That's what we're going to see tonight. The answer comes from, well, actually it came from the Spirit that night. I'm under a street light with my Bible. I open up the Bible for a word. Now, I'm not saying that God has to work like this. It doesn't mean you can't depend on that, but sometimes you just open the Bible and there's a word for you. But the thing is, at that time, he used it. I just wanted something to read, but I was praying about the heaviness of it, and I opened up to Jeremiah 17. And actually, you can look at it. Jeremiah 17, verse 7 says, "But blessed is the man whose trust is in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. He'll be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought. It never fails to bear fruit." The words jumped out at me because I'm just praying about being strong. And then I opened the Bible again just for another word, and I open up to Psalm 1. You can open up to that. And listen to what Psalm 1 says. "Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the seat of mockers. His delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He's like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever he does prospers." I just happened to open up to the two verses in Scripture that speak of the man planted by the water, and I didn't look for it. It's just the Bible opened up to it. And these are the only pages where it's there. What is that about? Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord. Or blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked. His delight is in the law. He will be like a tree planted by the water. Or the other one says he'll be like a tree planted by streams of water. One says that Jeremiah does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. Psalm 1 says, which yields its fruit in season.